This is not just another video on how to reduce anxiety that you're going to watch and then leave and then not do anything with it and it's just not gonna work. That's not what this video is all about. This is the video that I really believe will drastically help you reduce your anxiety and maybe even eliminate it. And I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that with one simple secret. I'm Michael Dennis and I make videos about confidence, productivity, and happiness so you can get shit done and love every step of the way. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for 2 videos every week just like this. So when you think about it, anxiety is really all just a matter of negative self-talk going on in our heads. There are these thoughts coming up like, oh my God, why am I so awkward with other people? Why am I like this? Or, oh, I have so much stuff to do, I'm so anxious. And this negative self-talk is pretty much exactly what anxiety is. So in other words, anxiety comes from our interpretation of the events that are happening to us in our lives and the negative internal self-talk that comes with that. So now that we agree on that, can we also agree that these thoughts cause some sort of physiological response in the body? For example, have you ever just thought of something possibly happening in the future, or maybe even remembered something that happened in the past, and you felt your heart rate start to go up? Well, this is exactly what happens when you have those anxiety-inducing thoughts that I was just talking about. So does that mean that if we can just stop these thoughts, the physiological response will go away too? Yes, for the most part. And don't just take it from me. There's a guy who is a master of this skill that I'm about to share with you that will reduce your anxiety, and this is what he has to say about the subject.
If you're not continually thinking about all the reasons why you should be anxious, the physiology dissipates very, very quickly. And that's true for anger, it's true for anything that is classically negative.
So how do we control these thoughts that are giving us all this anxiety? Through something called mindfulness meditation. The basis of mindfulness meditation is pretty much realizing that you are not your thoughts. You are not synonymous with the negative self-talk that's going on in your head. These thoughts that are arising, they aren't you. Instead, you're the observer of these thoughts. When you realize this, you can learn to observe them objectively without judging or labeling them. And this is the key here. When we start to feel that physiological response that we call anxiety, we start to label it as anxiety. We say, this is a bad thing, I shouldn't be feeling like this, why am I feeling like this? This is such a bad experience. But in reality, it's not a bad thing. It's just a neutral, objective event. You getting this physiological response is not inherently bad. In fact, that is the same response as when you're excited. Anxiety and excitement are pretty much the same thing. The main difference is just the way that you look at it. So you could technically look at anxiety as a good thing. It could be that you're excited for whatever you're doing instead of just anxious about it. But that's not exactly what I'm here to tell you in this video. You've probably heard that before. So when you learn how to be present and experience your reality in an objective way, you're no longer subject to that negative self-talk of the head. You know that when a thought arises, like, oh no, I'm having anxiety, why am I feeling this way? You can instantly realize that that's just a thought, forget about it, and move on. And the way that you get better at this is while you're meditating. This is one of the biggest misconceptions about meditation, by the way. Everyone thinks that they're so bad at meditating, they've tried it and they just can't stop thinking about things and they get frustrated and they stop. But actually no one, not even meditation masters, can stop their thoughts. Everyone has thoughts arising all the time. Sorry, all the time. The key is that when you have those thoughts, that you're able to realize that you're having a thought and forget about it. That is the moment of realization. That is the moment you're looking for here. Every time you do that, you're strengthening the neural networks in your brain that allow you to be more focused on the present moment. When you're focused on the present moment, so your breath or your surroundings, whatever's happening around you, for example, you're no longer trapped in your head with those negative anxiety-inducing thoughts. And on top of that, it's been shown that if you take deep breaths that are at least 7 seconds long on the inhale and on the exhale, these deep breaths will actually activate your parasympathetic nervous system. It's a long word, I know. Even I can't say it. But what this does is it reduces your heart rate and actually reduces the fight or flight response. So in other words, it puts you in a more relaxed state. So even on a physiological level, this is what meditation is doing. So to summarize, anxiety is pretty much just negative thoughts going through your head. These thoughts cause a physiological response in the body, which we label as anxiety. And if we learn how to control these thoughts, we can actually reduce the physiological response in our body and maybe even form a better relationship with it. If we can't fully get rid of that anxiety type of feeling, we can at least realize that we can still be happy and operate under that condition. And lastly, the best way to learn how to control these thoughts is through mindfulness meditation, where you sit there and literally just try not to really think about anything. And whenever a thought does pop up, you don't get angry, you don't judge it, nothing like that. You just realize that you're thinking and then try to bring your attention back to either your breath or your surroundings or anything else in the present moment. This way you no longer have those anxiety-inducing thoughts and you even relax your body. All right, so how did I do? Please let me know in the comments if this video was helpful at all, and if you do end up trying mindfulness meditation, let me know how it works for you, and let me know if you have any questions about it, because I've been learning a lot about it recently and I feel like it's truly a very, very powerful tool, and I would be very surprised if it cannot help you get over any sort of anxiety. And if you specifically have social anxiety, I highly recommend you check out this video next, which is all about the only first step to overcoming social anxiety. It's a video I made a little while back and I think it will help you out immensely. And again, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.